Have you ever noticed that sometimes the people closest to you try to change you? Not because they hate you, not because they want to control you. In fact, most times they genuinely care. They want the best for you. They believe they are helping, and yet, without meaning to, they slowly start pulling you away from who you truly are. It doesn't happen suddenly. It's subtle. It's in the small comments, the little corrections, the constant suggestions about how you should act, how you should speak, how you should think, what you should want, who you should become. And because these voices come from people you love, people you respect, people you don't want to disappoint, you begin to adjust. You tell yourself, it's not a big deal. So you bend a little. You stay quiet a little more. You hide certain parts of yourself. You start becoming a version of you that feels more acceptable, more convenient, more pleasing to others. And at first, it feels like maturity. It feels like peacekeeping. It feels like love. But deep inside, something starts to feel off. There's a quiet discomfort, a sense that you are slowly disappearing. You're present physically, but internally, you feel distant from yourself. The truth is, people can mean well and still lead you away from your original design. Good intentions do not always produce good outcomes. Sometimes, in trying to fit into other people's expectations, you lose connection with your own identity. And here's the hard part. That unhealthy link, that pattern of constantly adjusting yourself to satisfy others, will not break on its own. Nobody else will step in and say, stop losing yourself. Most times, people benefit from the adjusted version of you. They are comfortable with it. So the responsibility to break that cycle falls on one person, you. You have to notice it. You have to admit it. And you have to be brave enough to say, I cannot keep becoming someone else just to be accepted, because you will never find real happiness that way. You will never feel true fulfillment by constantly reshaping yourself to earn approval. Living for people's validation is like trying to fill a bucket with a hole at the bottom. No matter how much you pour in, it will never stay full. You may receive compliments, you may be liked, you may be included, but inside there will still be an emptiness, a quiet question. Who am I really? That void in your heart was never designed to be filled by human approval. No amount of praise, attention, or acceptance from people can satisfy the deepest part of you. That space was created by God, and only He can truly fill it. Only Jesus can bring the kind of completeness that doesn't depend on opinions, trends, or expectations. So when you notice you are constantly changing yourself to keep others comfortable, that's your signal. It's time to realign, not with people, with God. Run back to Him. Talk to Him honestly. Tell Him where you feel lost, where you feel pressured, where you feel like you've been pretending. Ask Him to help you. Ask Him to show you who you truly are, not who people say you should be, but who He created you to be. Because identity is not discovered in the noise of people's voices, it is discovered in the presence of God. When you get close to Him, clarity comes, confidence grows. You begin to understand your strengths, your calling, your uniqueness. You stop seeing yourself as a problem to be fixed and start seeing yourself as a purpose to be fulfilled. And from that place, you begin to see direction. Vision starts to form. Dreams start to make sense. You stop living randomly and start living intentionally. You begin to work towards something meaningful, not to impress others, but to fulfill what God placed inside you. That's when distractions start losing power. The pressure to fit in becomes weaker. The fear of disappointing people reduces, because now you are not chasing approval, you are walking in purpose. It doesn't mean you stop loving people. It doesn't mean you become rebellious or disrespectful. It simply means you stop abandoning yourself. You stop silencing your convictions. You stop shrinking to make others comfortable. You learn to stand in who you are with humility, but also with confidence. And that is where peace begins. Not the fake peace of pretending, but the real peace of alignment, when who you are on the inside matches how you live on the outside. So if you recognize yourself in this, if you know you've been adjusting, shrinking, hiding, and reshaping yourself just to be accepted, this is your reminder. You can come back to yourself. You can come back to God. You can rediscover your true identity, and you can start moving toward the vision and dreams placed in your heart without losing yourself along the way. If this spoke to you, do well to subscribe to our channel to get soul-lifting and inspiring videos like this. There's more coming.